Welcome to Mr. Belle Kitchen today. Today, first of all, I'd like to thank all my subscribers, all my viewers, watchers. If you haven't subscribed yet and you thought about subscribing, that's all you have to do is hit that button, ding, and you are subscribed to Mr. Belle Kitchen. Today, I have my daughter with me today. Shamel, what are we going to be doing today?
Today we're going to be making lasagna.
And the ingredients we're using today is right here. What are we using today?
Today we'll be using 2.5 pounds of ground beef, 1 pound of lasagna pasta, 2 cans of tomato sauce and 1 small can of tomato paste. And to garnish we'll be using some parsley, 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning, ½ teaspoon of basil, and 1 teaspoon of black pepper, ½ teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon paprika, 3 cloves of garlic, half a small onion, 4 cups of water for the noodles, and we'll be using four types of cheeses today. We'll be using ricotta cheese, white cheese, and Parmesan cheese, and mozzarella cheese.
And today it'll be our first time making this lasagna. And you know, Mr. Belle Kitchen, we're gonna do it in the power exhale. And today we'll be taking this top off for a little while and everything. So we're gonna get started with this saute. I'm gonna set the top over for a minute and grab my little olive oil that we're gonna be eyeballing here. So what today I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put this on saute and put it on saute, and I'm gonna hit the timer, and it's set for 350 the temperature, and I'm gonna set it for 50 minutes. Also today, I'm gonna press start and let this get heated up. Today I'm gonna let my daughter do most of the cooking and everything, and since she's pretty good at doing things, so I'm putting it in her hands today, most of it. So while this is heating up right now, I'm gonna pour a little bit olive oil here, and I'm gonna just let it just eyeball the oil. And you can use how much oil you want to do. This right here just to saute my onions and my garlic and to get the meat started, what my daughter gonna be stirring up and everything. So I'm gonna let it heat up while I get started on these noodles. Okay, right now I'm gonna use 4 cups of water. And I'm gonna let my water boil. As you see, I got the stove on, and I'm gonna just put a little bit oil in here so these noodles wouldn't stick together. So I'm gonna let this boil for a minute before I put my lasagna noodles in this pot.
Now that our oil and our Parmesan is hot, we're gonna add in our half a small onion that we sliced. And then we're just gonna mix this around and saute it until they are slightly brown but also translucent. Now that our onions kind of cooked down, we're gonna add in our 3 cloves of garlic. And then we're gonna mix these around until they are nice light golden brown. Now that our onions and garlic have cooked down, my dad's gonna add in our ground beef.
And I'm gonna add these 2.5 pounds of ground beef in there like that.
And then we're just gonna mix this up until it's nice and a medium size for the lasagna. You could also add sausage if you want, but today we won't be adding any sausage.
Today we'll just be using the ground beef. That's my daughter stirring that up nice and good, getting it nice and brown and everything, and breaking it up. And like I say, today is our first day making this lasagna. A couple of my subscribers asked to make lasagna in the Power XL, and my daughter loves to do it too. So today we'll be doing this lasagna. See how this come out. This is our first time. Like I say, I like taking you step by step so everyone know how to do it. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add them noodles in like that. And just add them into this pot like that. I'm gonna just let them get a little soft before they break down. And then, like that.
Now that our beef is cooked and it's a good size, we're gonna add in our ½ teaspoon of salt, and we're gonna add in our 1 teaspoon of black pepper. Now we're gonna mix it up. Now we're gonna add in our can of tomato paste. Then now that we got all of that in, we are gonna mix it up. That way everything is well combined. So I'm gonna put all that in there. Then I'm gonna mix it up into the meat.
And now I'm going to add a can of tomato sauce in there.
No, we're just going to mix it.
And my daughter going to mix it up and everything.
Mix it well until everything is well combined. And the sauce is all over the meat.
I'm going to add another can of sauce in there and get that juice nice and good. And we're just going to let that simmer cook for a couple minutes. And we're going to take it out.
Because we don't want all of the tomato sauce juice to disintegrate. Because we also want that for our lasagna. That way our lasagna is not dry. Now I'm going to add in our 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning, our half a teaspoon of basil, and our 1/4 teaspoon of paprika. And then we're going to mix it up until everything's well combined. And then after this is all mixed well, we're going to take this out and set it on a bowl. You can see it's 30 minutes now, so our sauce is done. We're just going to press cancel. And we're going to take our sauce out.
What I'm going to do, I'm just going to take it out. My daughter didn't cook all this and everything. We're going to take it out and put it in this bowl right here. And I'm just going to put this back in here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to just spread a little bit of this sauce on it. And this meat, I'm just going to scatter it out in there like that. Just scatter it, and then I'm going to just lay it. And it's all right if your, is broke sometime, the noodles. Don't worry about it. They're going to be a little cracked sometimes. And I'm going to lay it in flat like that. And just lay them in just like this. Like I say, it's our first time doing this one. So this right here, everything's coming out good. It's gonna be delicious. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a little meat right here and just spread all over there like that, over this. And this right here gonna be a 2-layer lasagna. We're just gonna spread it like that, all over, and just like this. Spread it just like that.
Now we're going to take our ricotta cheese and then we're going to just put this on the meat and then try to spread it out. You can get a knife too to help spread it out, but we're just going to add this everywhere. That way
we're just going to spread it.
Cheese, and then we're going to add in our other cheeses as well.
Just going to sprinkle a little of this cheese on. My daughter going to sprinkle some on the different kinds of cheese.
He just sprinkled the white cheddar cheese, so I'm going to sprinkle some of the Parmesan cheese. And then some of the mozzarella.
And she's spreading the Parmesan and the regular cheese on it. So we're going to spread that on just like that.
And then we're going to get ready to add in our next layer.
And now I'm going to add in the second layer on top of that. Just like this. And like I say, matter of fact, these fits in the Power XL just right. So we're just gonna lay them just like this. Like that. Just like that. And I'm gonna spread a little meat over it. Get a little meat and just spread it all over like that. Just spread that nice and good. Like that. And put it on like this. Cover up all that nice and good. Get it nice. That's good. Just like that.
And then we're gonna add in more of this ricotta cheese. I'm gonna just put little clumps and then I'm gonna mix it with my knife. Or spread it out with my knife. Just like that, put 4 little dollops of ricotta cheese on it, just like that. And then we're gonna spread it out. Just like this over the lasagna. Now I'm gonna add the Parmesan cheese. We're gonna sprinkle this, and then I'm gonna also add mozzarella cheese. We're gonna sprinkle that everywhere as well. And then we're gonna get some of this white extra cheddar cheese, and we're gonna put it over as well. We're gonna get a little bit of both and just sprinkle this everywhere. That way it's cheesy in the inside, and that way when you take a bite, it's gonna be nice and stringy and cheesy. You'll be able to taste everything.
I'm putting the last layer of the pasta on it. So this lasagna gonna be delicious. Just lay that just like that. And put it on like that. Okay, my daughter gonna finish it up.
Now we're just gonna add a little bit of the meat on top, but not too much since this is just the top. We'll just do that for a little design. So we'll just add a little meat over here, just a little. And then we're gonna add just a little bit of more ricotta cheese and then the rest of our cheeses. Okay, now I'm gonna add our ricotta cheese.
You can put the rest of this on it.
I'm gonna add the last of the ricotta cheese and just on top, and then we're gonna add just a little bit of our other cheeses, and then we're gonna just spread that out with our knife, just like this, just to get it a little everywhere, like that. And then after we spread this out, we're gonna add our other cheeses. And then now I'm gonna add our Parmesan, just a little bit like that. And then I'm gonna add a little of mozzarella, just over here in the ends too. And then a little of the white cheddar cheese, like that, just to sprinkle and cover all the meat that's inside. Just like that.
And like I say, this is our first time doing it in the Power Exhale. We hope this come out good, and we taking you step by step. So this right here should be good. I'm gonna just add all this cheese in there and just get this nice and cheesy. Just like that. Okay, now I'm gonna put the lid back on it because we're going to bake now. And I'm just gonna close it up like that. And close it, and my daughter gonna set the time.
So now we're gonna set it to the bake preset. Then we're gonna press timer, and we are gonna cook this for 12 minutes. And then it's at 325 degrees, and then we're gonna press start. And it's gonna preheat, but we're just gonna let it.
Okay, now it say add food. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a sneak peek at it and see how it's looking so far. As you see, it's looking good. The cheese is melting on top and everything. Everything looking nice and good. I'm gonna close it and I'm gonna press start and let it go for 12 minutes. All right, I'm gonna raise it up, take a peep at it and everything. And as you see, it's looking good and everything. So I'm gonna just let it cook a little bit more. Let it cook a little bit more, and as you see, it's 8 minutes. I'm gonna let it cook maybe for about 5 more minutes, 3 minutes. Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna raise this top up, and it's looking nice and good. As you see, I'm gonna press cancel, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take it out right now and sit it to the side and let it cool off for a minute, because we're gonna taste this together and see how this came out for the first time. Like you know, Mr. Belle likes to take you step by step, and I'm just gonna take this out like this, and I'm just gonna sit it over, right over here, and let it cool off for a minute. As you see, it's nice and done and everything, so right now we brought the taster into the kitchen, which is my son. He loves to taste things when we get done with it. As you see, it's nice and cheesy, everything. And we're gonna let him taste that and see how it tastes. Cut it up and everything. It's hot, so be careful.
It tastes good. You can taste everything, and you guys should try it out in the Power XL.
And that's making the lasagna in the Power XL. And that's cooking with the Bells. We did it again. If you like it, subscribe and leave a comment in the box. We'll be cooking a lot of things in this Power XL, so thank you for watching.